You can put that stuff somewhere else.
No, it's good now.
I think you're leaning on oranges.
No, that's not.
You're leaning on like a bottle of wine and my Dare Bear.
What kind of oranges?
Navel.
Oh, nice.
Are there different kinds of oranges?
Valencia, Navel, et cetera.
I've only had Navel, I feel like.
Valencias are really good for
I think
juicing
that's
as well.
highly doubtful.
Yeah.
That you've only had Navel.
Okay, well, I can tell you apples, I specifically always get Fuji.
Yo, get Envy. If you ever see Envy.
Envy? Man, you're all about that independent fruit game, isn't it?
Well, I work in produce, so.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Got a produce consultant.
Yo, Envy apple, best apple in the game.
Why is that?
Sponsor me. It has the sweetness of a Gala and then that super crispiness like a Granny Smith.
Wow. That's a good sell right there.
You know what
What's it called again?
Envy.
Envy. I've never even noticed Envy because I always see Granny whatever.
Granny Smith.
And what's the other one?
Red
Crisp?
Delicious. Honey Crisp.
Yeah, Honey Crisp. I see that one too.
Yeah.
But I always go for Fuji.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
Did you know that Fuji apples were invented by Dr. Fuji, and then when he leaked the operation to the U.S., he was kicked out of Japan?
What?
Yeah.
Why was he kicked out? Because he like betrayed the Japanese culture by bringing it to the United States?
By giving people apples.
No, he invented the apple.
He invented the apple, but he got kicked out of Japan though. It's like the Last Samurai.
Yep.
It's like he shared it. They didn't like that shit.
No, it didn't really happen, but that's what we tell customers.
You know where the Caesar salad originated?
Chula Vista?
Tijuana.
Nice.
And people always think it's a Greek. And even you go to Trader Joe's, it's got like Greek pictures on it and shit.
No, but it's named after a dude named Caesar.
Yeah, Cesar. He just like ran out of shit and just like all he had in the kitchen was some romaine and like anchovies and shit. And like the governor was coming to visit. So he just threw it all together. The governor's like, wow, this is some damn good shit. What's it called? He's like, it's a Cesar salad.
Why did the governor visit him?
Being a smartass. It was visiting a restaurant.
Oh.
But it was like after hours. He was already out of everything.
What if his name
But he was being a smartass.
else?
He was like, it's a Cesar salad. Ha, ha, ha. And it became one of the most famous salads in history.
Are you sure he was being a smartass?
I think it was.
Salad.
Because it's like if Eddie made a salad and they're like, yo, what do you call the salad? And he's like, it's an Eddie salad.
I feel like you added. I feel like you've added a lot of emotion to that story.
Yeah, I usually do.
I don't think that's what happened.
I'm a storyteller. This is the kind of thing that we do.
That's the story I heard.
Should we start the show?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, don't flush the toilet.
You are now tuned in to the Crappy Awesome Podcast.
Welcome to another incredibly delicious episode of the Crappy Awesome Podcast. We're your hosts, the Diego Brown Project. I am Mr. Arash, even though nobody calls me Mr. And with me is KILLcRey, even though we'll just call him Chris.
Hey, yo.
We're, of course, brought to you by Platform Collection. There's all kinds of delicious music videos and essays and music and videos and just all kinds of amazing, delicious hip-hop content there. I'm going with a food theme on today's thing. I don't know if you've caught on to that yet, but it's a running joke.
I'll give you some more time.
Okay, good. While you're there, that's over at platformcollection.com. While you're there, make sure you check out Culture Sessions. I'm sorry, check out our sibling podcasts. You know what, dude? You planted the idea in my head.
Of what?
That I'm high. I'm not.
You're
high. I am not high.
You seem pretty high.
I didn't actually even smoke.
You're acting out of character.
I am. I definitely feel a little out of character, but I'm not going to attribute it to the thing that you're attributing it to.
Okay.
While you're there, make sure you check out our sibling podcast. There's Culture Sessions, hosted by Melathion Archive and produced by Spock Beats.
Spock Beats.
The 2Mex Hologram podcast, going 2 years strong. 2 years?
Is it 2 years now?
I think it's like 2 years. Yeah.
Eddie, our producer in the house.
Thank God. Somebody's here to fact check for once. And, of course, 2Mex Hologram Radio. Oh, there it is.
Too late, Eddie. Thank you.
2Mex Hologram Radio, which is on K-Day, and then the Friday after it goes on K-Day, it comes on Platform Collection. So stay tuned to platformcollection.com for all the newest episodes of 2Mex Hologram podcast and radio. There's Poof of Life Radio, hosted by KILLcRey and Kali.
Hey, yo.
It's good.
I thought you said proof of life, you fumbled the proof.
Proof of life.
There you go.
Proof of life. There's Life on the Road with 60 East.
Yeah.
I'm not going to even mention that AWOL11 anymore.
Okay.
There's really, though, with Cookbook.
With Cookbook.
I usually go a little higher at the end
Cookie.
of that one.
He likes to be called Cookie.
That's so cute.
Uh-huh.
I love that. Orchestrated with Noah James and Lisa J.
Yeah.
That's good.
If we do it together. You were sounding like a wolf,
like a wolf
right there.
I know.
It lost
right.
it. Like a wolf
like a
fell
water,
in the water.
Like a water wolf. There's Status Escalate with Kali.
Yeah.
The Ghetto Blaster podcast with Ricochet and Jen Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
And is the Battle World podcast? Nope.
No.
Can't announce it.
No.
There's
I feel like we're
podcast.
still short, though, aren't we?
Shorter podcast?
Yeah.
Have I not mentioned one?
I don't know. It just feels like it.
Okay.
I think you got them all, though, maybe.
I think I did.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Yeah, anyway, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what? If you missed it, just
Not like it's that serious.
It's really not. You can go to the last episode or the one before or the one before.
All the latest
or the one
episodes are on
before,
the front page.
Or the one before where I mentioned it. Yeah. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at Platform Collection. That is one word, all spelled out. Or on Twitter, not or, at Platform Collect without the shun. They won't give that to us for some reason.
Nope.
And a shout out to Tor Project. It is an open source privacy platform. It's where you can browse the web without feeling like the man is watching every move you make. That's over at torproject.org.
Yeah.
Give him some support, download it, and use it.
Like Hillary should have used that.
Yeah. Hillary could have definitely used that.
She could have used the Tor Project.
I don't know if that would have saved her, but,
She would have had a fighting chance.
It would have, yeah. Well, we thought she did. Maybe we'll talk about that today.
We have. This is the first podcast within the Trump era.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. It already feels more racist.
Mm-hmm.
That made my whole heart skip a beat when you said that. I had that little moment of clarity.
See, when I hear skip a beat, it makes me think like I've fallen in love.
No, it was like a heart murmur.
Oh, okay.
There's still 2 months left.
And of course, want to give a shout out to Burner Podcast that is hosted by yours truly. That is over at burnerpodcast.com and covers the Burning Man community. Chris, tell them about Stitcher and iTunes and all that.
Yeah, if you're just listening to this on Stitcher, iTunes, TuneIn Radio, or Spreaker, guys can go over to crappyawesome.com. And Arash has figured out for you that it starts at 67. 67
Yes.
over at Platform Collection, or you can go all the way back to episode 0 at Crappy Awesome.
Ooh.
So you guys can do that. Thank you so much for supporting. Make sure you follow Mr. Arash on all things web.
All of the things.
All the things web, Mr. Arash. You don't have one. You haven't deviated once,
Nope.
right?
MRARASH.
There it is.
Everywhere.
But there is an imposter Mr. Arash on Facebook.
What?
That pops up every once in a while.
Who?
He has like an archer. Have you seen that?
Oh,
He
yeah,
has an
that
archer.
motherfucker. I've been meaning to track him down and beat the living shit out of him.
Yeah. We should tell people to...
I don't actually want to do that.
Oh, wait, that would be
Sure, he's a
actually
nice guy.
against the law, huh?
To track him down?
Now, if we told people to, harass him...
Oh, yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's
Don't
a very
harass
nice
him.
guy.
He's probably a really nice guy.
Yeah. Arash is pretty
You
much...
should just send him a message and say, hey, do you mind? He doesn't seem to use it.
Yeah, I don't think he's on. There is another Arash Afshar, on Gmail, that has, my email address just flipped around.
Oh.
And I've messaged him a couple of times, and he is a dubstep producer in Iran.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and he, does vocals on it and everything. He's an artist.
Uh-huh.
And I've emailed him a couple of times, and he's just like, nah.
He's like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
You took my name.
Arash is about
Is
as
he
common as
older
Chris.
or younger, you think?
Can't tell. Definitely not as handsome.
Okay.
I do know that.
Cool.
But yeah.
Yeah, and you can follow me at KILLcRey. That's CREY on everything.
KILLcRey.
KILLcRey. Just, make it easy for yourself and just say Cray.
KILLcRey.
Everyone else does.
Yo, what up, Cray?
Yo, we got 18Sense and Ric Scales in the house. As promised.
Woo!
I was already talking about it on Proof of Life Radio yesterday.
That was nice of you.
Yeah.
Sup, little bitches.
Yeah, man. You guys are in the house. Literally.
First thing you did was insult us.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Not chill.
My bad.
Not chill, bro.
Not chill. Not chill.
I think we're just going to have to end the show.
All right, it's over.
Yo, what's up, man? You got a new project coming out. Both of you, right?
Am I still in a dream? Starving or eating alone? Parched when I'm drinking this tea, even if good for my bones. Parking in here so to walk long and it's making me sore. Parked in the rear and then got towed, so I'm walking some more. Squabbling, ducking about, arguing, fucking them out. Cars ain't all up in the air, but it was down for the count. Helplessly rounding around town, countless amount of problems, whatever. I bounced out of the circle, the car I'm not alone, I wish I was. I can't be alone without a substance or a drug. My own friends turn into connections for the plug, and I ain't got an open outlet for my mans to sell a dub, so they ain't contacting me to show me any love. That's what recently, y'all just trying to find this piece of me that held inside the piece of me, so I could put it back together.
First they love me, then they hate me, I don't give a fuck. First they love me, then they hate me, I don't give a fuck. First they love me, then they hate me, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck, really just don't give a fuck. First they love me, then they hate me, I don't give a fuck. First they love me, then they hate me, I don't give a fuck. First they love me, then they hate me, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck, really just don't give a fuck.
This is me. I'm imperfectly perfect, certainly uncertain, trying to find my spot in the sun before they close the curtains, bothered by the things that I see. I find it so absurd when all the most entitled seem to be the undeserving. It's disturbing every step that I take. I feel the devil lurking, watching for the serpents and snakes. Disguised as dream merchants, only so much time on this earth. Each moment seems urgent, steady calculating my worth, equally keep working. Damned if you do what you don't, can't please everybody. Know who my family is, so I don't worry about it. Niggas been throwing some shade, yeah, I heard about it. Seen him in person, but they never said the word about it. I'm showing love when I'm out and about around the crowd, and you're in the cut pouting and such, cause you're a coward, brothers giving hugs. Ladies blowing kisses, caught you side-eyeing niggas in the Instagram picture. Nigga, they love me, then they hate me, I don't give a fuck. Then they love me, then they hate me, I don't give a fuck. Then they love me, then they hate me, I don't give a fuck. Then they love me, give a fuck. Then they hate me, I don't give a fuck. Then they love me, then they hate me, I don't give a fuck. Then they love me, then they hate me, I don't give a fuck. Then they love me, if you hate me, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck, really, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, me and 18 got an album. I forgot what we're calling it. And it's gonna be really good.
Did you really forget what you're calling it?
Well, we haven't like fully come to that conclusion.
Okay.
Like, well, we have like 18 Scales.
18 Scales?
Huh.
Let's name it on the show right now.
That's kind of interesting.
Or
the album.
Yeah, let's name it right now.
As a specialist.
Or The Specialist.
You know, you feel me?
I feel like 18 Scales would be a good name for your duo.
Word.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds good.
The group can be called 18 Scales, and then the album is called The Specialist.
Scaly 18.
It's a compound word, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where did the name, where does Specialist come from? Where'd that come from? What does that mean?
Where what?
The Specialist.
Oh, because we did this song, Specialist.
Oh, you're just off the one song?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that. That's lame.
Yeah, that's nice.
Do something else.
Fix it.
Try a different name.
I think it's dope. It's my ass.
Yo, Rick, catch everybody up, man. You haven't been on the show for a minute. Mm-hmm. I think the last time you were on was when Peaky was here from London.
Yeah.
And he was in the background of the Tram Life episode.
Yeah, and he was in the background of the Tram Life. Right?
We were concerned about the way he was sitting on the ladder.
Yeah.
Dude, I was comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay.
You didn't fall, so we're happy about that.
But there's a lot of things that have happened since then, man. You dropped a project. Explain the project that you dropped for people who might not understand how that whole thing worked out.
Okay, so
please.
I have an album titled Intellectual Ignorance. The whole thing was produced by Fourth World from Oceanside. And yeah, I just emailed it to whoever the fuck wanted it.
Fresh in the flesh, yet the flows on VO. Don't like that, roll on like Dio. Keep sucking MCs, heated like Creole. Food, I'm a beast, I should be on that Geo. Old school, baby, 85 CeeLo. My jeans stay looser than your girlfriend P-hole. Rocking my kicks with 3 stripes and a tree pole. Cause I'm an old head, no need to keep that on the D-Lo. Scales on the beat, go hard, no libido. Don't believe, catch my next release show. I'll be jumping out the 740 in the black tuxedo. Everything I need, plus a swing for my seed, yo. I'm all red-eye, but not the flight. And I got vertigo, but it's not from heights. Fuck it, at least as I sway, I do it on time. If the beat keep playing, I can walk a straight line. I came to dip, dive, and socialize, vocalize the flow right before your eyes. The next time I'm on stage, it won't be no surprise. Just get your hands high like a roller coaster ride, my niggas. Step to it, come on. Step to it, step to it, step to it, come on. You just step to it, come on. Step to it, step to it, step to it, come on. You keep it going. Step to it, come on. Step to it, step to it, step to it, come on. You just step to it, come on. Step to it. Scales, I make the ladies tap out, blow their backs out, black out in the rap out. Heard his niggas that half doubts, but what is that about? Been known to make them zone trap house to frat house. In the city I call home, I'm racking up clout. The odds stacked against you, nigga, you can't count. Your boy rap official, the kid's not slouch. Kick a hole in the speaker, pull the plug, then I'm bounce. Back to the lab, hop in the booth, smash the stuff that'll have y'all stuck like sucker tag. I'm not playing like a baller on strike. Stays in the building, y'all can call it a night. I've been waiting on shine time for solar power hype. Witness how my whole orbit turn fluorescent on the mic. Scales got a grudge for rappers, you got a gripe. In the sight, about to smoke these herbs, who got a light? Fourth on the fade, it makes my rhyme schemes greater. 16 over break beats, I'm the common denominator. Say what you please, I bust freeze with ease and wild steez in the party, leave people at peace, you know? Step to it, come on. Step to it, step to it, step to it, come on. You just step to it, come on. Step to it, step to it, step to it, come on. You keep it going. Step to it, come on. Step to it, step to it, step to it, come on.
I didn't really promo it or drop any singles or shoot any videos.
And why was that?
There's a lot of reasons. One being that the most important one being me and Fourth World had a falling out over the project. He just pretty much, I mean, this is my side of the story.
Sure,
Maybe you can get him on here and have him tell his side. He probably won't want to.
Probably not, but go ahead.
But, yeah, like we had a falling out. This fool, like the album should have dropped like a year before it dropped.
Yeah.
It was pretty much done. And he wanted to do some Purple Rain shit and like basically just keep making music till we have like 100 songs and then just pick something. And it just wasn't working out that way. So I was like, yo, let's go ahead and just wrap this shit up. Like,
yeah.
You know, then we had a falling out over that shit. And then we didn't talk for like 5 to 6 months. And then we ended up linking back up and deciding, yo, let's finish the project. I wrote a couple more songs to appease this fool. And then he just was like, I'm tired of waiting. I've spent too much time on this shit. And then he dropped it on Bandcamp for free. Without you knowing it. We had just had a conversation about him not doing it. As soon as I hung up the phone, he put that shit up. Wow. And there's more backstory to that shit as well. Like, like it was like a power struggle the whole time, just creative differences and shit. It actually, not to down talk my shit, but I actually feel like it wasn't the album that I wanted it to be. Really? Because of the power struggle throughout, you know? Like the energy was bad on it. Yeah.
How did you guys link up to begin with?
I had known him since 2005. Like, that was my boy. Like, we had been cool for quite some time. He's done work on other things that I've done, like all the old LIE shit. That was all him. And, like that shit never came out either, but that was a whole nother story. And, but ultimately, it was fucked up. That shit hurt a lot.
So do you feel like this project you're working on with 18 is like really your first project?
Yeah.
Wow. Dude, I mean, but you I don't know if people like really understand what that means. Like, cause you've been doing this for a minute.
Yeah. A very long time. Yeah.
And have had multiple projects basically shelved over and over.
Like everything I've ever done. Yeah. Up until I just like, because that's what happened. I had all the tracks. I've been telling people I'm going to drop this album for like a year and a half or so. And I was like, fuck this shit. I'm going to drop this album. Like, and I'm not going to fucking make it a big fanfare thing and try and like get no money off it. Cause I feel like that would have been grimy for me to be like, all right, I'm going to sell this shit and then just pocket all the money. Cause he did do a lot of work. Granted, he chose to do all that work when there were other fucking options. Yeah. But, you know, wanted to have a cloud to hang over somebody's head or something. I can't call it. But yeah,
because there was a lot of heat around you, especially after the Cypher effect. So I imagine there was a lot of pressure to like get an album out.
Oh yeah,
and then
I was very proud of what was going on at the time as well. It felt like which is the reason why I just ultimately decided to put it out. It was like, you can't just take that away from me. Like, I put a bunch of shit, like me and 18 were supposed to do work together way before we actually started doing it.
Yeah.
I put everything on the back burner. I was supposed to work with Fat Finger, like all these people that I had plans to do shit with, and I put everything on the back burner for like a year or more to work with this fool for him to pull some shit like that. It's like, you just gonna snatch it from under the rug, like, on me, like, and like, I'm assuming that when I say I did an album with Fourth World, everybody's like, who?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
So it's like, why do you have this, like, over, like, he just knew, like, he was fucking Rick Rubin or some shit. It's like, dog, you haven't put anything out since, like, I met you, like, 2005. It's like 2000 and whatever the fuck, and you still haven't put anything out, and you're trying to tell me how shit goes. Like, shut the fuck up. Like,
well, you've been working this entire time.
Yeah.
Do you feel like, because one of the reasons I really wanted to have you on, dude, is because there has been multiple, just within the time that we've known him, Arash, correct me if I'm wrong, multiple buzzworthy moments for Rick that keep happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's no secret anymore that, you know, you're one of the most talked about MCs out there right now. But the question is always, is he new? Like, did he just come? Where did he come from? Because they don't know this long history of records that have almost seen the day of light. You know what I mean? Or they feel like, you know, who knows? People fill in the blanks for themselves. And I wanted you to fill it in for them, because some people might just think you're not, oh, he just doesn't put out projects, or, you know what I mean? Like, or he just shows up on cyphers, or he's just a battle guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that stuff, and what they don't know, you know, having seen behind the curtain a little bit, you know, I've seen you doing these other things in an attempt to kind of just like not go crazy, because your project is shelved, but these other things are keeping your career alive. You know what I mean? Like I mean, at this point, there's a huge hip hop event called BattleBot in San Diego, and you've won the battle multiple times. I mean, I think you're 12, 13, somewhere around there.
I'm not sure, but it's like something like that.
Yeah. So, and then that's kept you alive. You've done multiple big live shows. But it's always been like, the thorn in your side has always been this, I don't have like a record to give anybody.
Yeah, like imagine like 12 years of people being like going and putting on like a performance that you feel is like one of your best. People being excited about it, coming up to you and being like, oh, can I buy your album? And you're like, oh, I don't have one.
Yeah.
Well, what do you have? Well, I have some links on SoundCloud. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you're like, that's so whack, dude. Like, and like, I'm sorry, I'm normally in a way more upbeat mood and shit, but yeah, to think about this shit, it's frustrating.
Yeah. But okay. I mean, do you feel like that it's like, did you start reaching a level of frustration when people were asking you for stuff and you weren't able to give it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, like yeah, definitely. All I can think about is all the time spent putting things together and conceptualizing and writing and recording and perfecting and performing, like all this other shit, and it's like nothing comes out of it. Other than people are like, oh, I saw him do that shit live once, it's dope. Like,
but I can't even bump it at home, or I can't listen to it when I want to.
Yeah.
So, and I want people to like really understand, like, so not only did you, because the project did come out, the project is still available.
Oh yeah.
You can still email Ric Scales directly and get the project, because that's really the only way you're going to get it at this point.
Yeah.
But I want
to get it from somebody else that already got it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. He's encouraging people to share it.
Do not pay for that shit. If someone tries to sell that shit to you, punch them in the face.
There you go. But what people might not understand is it's not that you don't have like freedom to just play with this record that you put all your heart into, but there's also logistical things, like you don't have you can't ever perform this.
Like I can maybe perform 3 or 4 of them, like
because you don't have the instrumentals.
Yeah.
Because he has the instrumentals.
Yeah, he refused to give me the instrumentals, and I was like, okay. He was like, yeah, you can put the album out, but you can't have the instrumentals.
I'm trying to understand this. So literally your falling out was that he wanted to make 100 songs and you didn't?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, there was all kinds of things. Like he decided to edit, mix, and master it.
Yeah.
I had multiple people that were down to do that. C-Ray offered to mix it. 18Sense offered to mix it.
Yeah.
Like, a bunch of people were like, yo, like, fucking Billy No Jokes, also phenomenal fucking engineer, and fucking Jay Trill.
Yeah.
Like, they all offered.
Ego and power issues. Huh?
Yeah, and he decided, no, I'm going to do it. It's my beat. I don't want anyone fucking my shit up.
Dude, ultimately, what do you feel like you guys didn't? Like, what was the root? Like, what was it? Like, when you look back years from now, are you going to be able to put your finger on, like, what didn't we agree about? Like, why was it?
It was just, it wasn't anything that you could, it was literally just personality clashes.
Yeah.
Like he was the type of person, he wanted to have all the control of the situation.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all I was supposed to do was just shut the fuck up and write the raps. It's like, no, nigga, like, that's not how this shit works.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And it's like, if that is how it works, that's how we talk about it from the gate. We don't say, hey, we're going to do this album. Like, what I'm working on with 18Sense, like, we both have equal say in pretty much everything. And both of us are the type of people that just automatically compromise because we're not confrontational people.
Yeah,
we're not going to be like, nah, fuck that. I want the album artwork to look like this. This is bullshit. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're going to be like, oh, what do you want to do? I don't know what the fuck you want to do. Let's figure it out. Like, you know what I mean?
So in retrospect, do you feel like with Fourth, there were times where he was just doing stuff and you didn't say anything about it? Because you didn't want...
Yeah. Because I just wanted shit to go smoothly. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've had enough issues with albums being shelved. Like, why the fuck? Like, I'm not going to sabotage it by being nitpicky. You know what I'm saying? To a certain extent.
Yeah. Which sucks, too, to be even in that position.
Yeah.
Because you're still sacrificing either way. Man, that sucks. Okay, so... the positive side of all of this, which is, it's amazing, dude, because, you know, you're a personal friend of mine as well. To see you, like, being able to see, like, the light at the end of the tunnel now I mean, it's literally the first time I've ever seen you have to deal with those, like, oh, shit, like, I'm actually going to have something that's going to come out. And everything I've been working on and all the buzz I've been trying to build up, I have something to pay it off, right?
Future.
So talk about this. So talk about how you hooked up with 18Sense.
I've known 18Sense for a very long time. I actually met him at the beginning of that San Diego Cypher Effect era.
Yeah. Because he was in the first Cypher Effect from San Diego. Yeah.
Oh wait, did we film that one?
No. It was the one that was already. Steez was in it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's the
Steez,
first one.
Moses, Absent Acclaim, 18Sense.
Merlin.
And Merlin, yeah. That shit.
It's my dude.
That shit was fire. That shit was a fire ass cipher.
Yeah.
He's the most inspirational person of all time, dude, I swear.
He's into
Very influential.
That's good. I mean, I have not met Fourth, but I mean, you two immediately seem like you have a good vibe. Like you're on the same wavelength.
Yeah, this is the motherfucking homie.
Why'd it take so long to work together?
Like, cause I was trying to finish this fucking album with Fourth World. Like, straight up. Like we've done songs here and there, and I'm not gonna lie, there have been times that he's given me beats. Like, I still have like 6 or 7 beats from 18 that I barely touched.
They're trash.
No, they're not. That's a fucking lie.
Trash.
That is not even true. But yeah, once we actually sat down in the lab together and started doing shit, that's when it like really clicked. You know what I'm saying? And that was years later. Like, obviously, I initially had met him at City to City when that whole shit was going on. Shout out to Daryl.
That's in northern San Diego.
Yeah, in Vista.
Yeah.
And they had like all the shows with like Reverie, Gavin, and like cats like that.
Yeah.
So Provoked and shit. But what's it called? Yeah, they had a show, and at the show it was Steez, Absent Acclaim, 18Sense, Will Spliff. I think Merlin and all of them were there. I can't recall. But I had just walked in and I'm like, who the fuck are these motherfuckers? Like, everybody was dope. Like, everybody was fucking dope. And I just like, at first I was like, I'm gonna just like fall back in like, you know, situational awareness, scope like personality shit, because I don't want to just roll up like, yo, you're dope. And then rappers be like, whatever, nigga. And then it's like, well, then eat a dick, dog. You're not that dope, my nigga. Like, you know how it go. But
Rick always does that. He'll do like the dialogue on both sides of a conversation.
Yeah, he's good at that.
I do that. I want you to be there with me. You know what I mean?
So what did you notice right away was the difference between working with 18 and then working with the producers that obviously you worked with and things didn't come out? Like, because I gotta think that at some point, like, your trust had to have started getting tested, because you've been in so many situations that started off really cool and resulted in pretty much nothing.
Yeah. Like, what I noticed right away was just like, it was natural. Like, everything just felt like natural. It wasn't like this, like, these walls, like, you know, you get around people and they got the wall up. You know what I'm saying? Like, neither of us gave a fuck. We're like, hey, I think you're dope. Hey, I think you're dope. Hey, let me play some beats. All right, ooh, I'm gonna write some shit. Hey, you want to record it? Fuck yeah. Like, oh shit, throw some extra shit. Oh, you want to hear some vocals? Cool. All right, play the guitar. Ah, word. And this shit is dope. Like, you know what I mean? Like that. Like, it just, everything flowed naturally. You know what I'm saying?
So when you guys, and 18, chime in on this, when you guys are in the studio, what's the process like? Because a lot of the times, because you're doing all the beats on the entire project, and so are these from scratch when you guys work together, or do you have stuff like in mind before he comes in?
Unless I already like have a beat that I made when he wasn't there, and I'm like, yo, check this one out, you should rap on it, and then he'll like already have something. Sometimes that happens, but most of the time it's like he'll come over, we'll like talk and just chill for like probably like an hour, and then I'll either put on a record or something, or, you know, we'll just start from there.
Puppet people piss me off. Punk ass puppet people. Punk ass pussy ass puppet people. Yeah. Look, I see puppets in mass production. If no one's pulling their strings, then they can't function. Skin all synthetic and eyes made of glass. When they talk, it sounds like they got their hand up their ass. Mad at the world cause they made bad decisions, placed in bad positions with ventriloquist friends whispering so much you can't help but listen. Plus it's much easier not to have an opinion, huh? To your own mind, you're numb. Your phobia of life got you blind and dumb. You looking for somebody to design you from, the way you dress to how you spend your free time for fun. Cause you don't really wanna have to take the blame if things don't work out and you get played like a lame. And I ain't saying it ain't been strings on me, I'm just stating that I found a better way to be. Yeah. No matter what you do, they always gon' fuck with you. Don't let them tell you what to do. Cut loose till you got no strings on you. No matter where you go, it's in the magazines and on the radio. They want your mind and they want you, so cut loose, y'all. Cut loose, y'all. To all my people on the right, cut loose, y'all. To all my people on the left, cut loose, cut loose, y'all. Cut loose, y'all. To all the people in the spot, cut loose, y'all. Y'all my people on the left, cut loose, y'all. Y'all my people on the right, cut loose, cut loose, y'all. Cut loose, y'all. To all the people in the spot, cut loose, The world's full of wannabe that wanna be somebody else. And if you one of these, then you should wanna be yourself. Stop watching the tube and trying to rap like, act like you wanna live that life, but don't know what the path's like. Just trying to give a little advice, cause there's so many people that's living a half life that act right, because it's all they observe, taking the raw deal as if it's all they deserve. And that's exactly what the puppet masters prefer. Reached out the string that controls the acts that occur. Corporations get cashed out, pockets get maxed out, and brothers think it's nothing to tear the club up and black out, while ladies stick their gas out. We're being brainwashed, I think we need to snap out. Instead of that route they're leading us to, I'm grabbing life by the ass, treating it like fuck buddies, no strings attached. No matter what you do, they always gon' fuck with you. Don't let them tell you what to do. Cut loose till you got no strings on you. No matter where you go, it's y'all. To all my people on the right, cut loose, y'all. To all my people on the left, cut loose, cut loose, y'all. Cut loose, y'all. To all the people in the spot, cut loose, cut loose. Y'all my people on the left, cut loose, y'all. Y'all people on the right, cut loose, cut loose, y'all.
So is there ever a time, because dude, I mean, the little I know of you, dude, like, I mean, super creative dude, super talented dude. I definitely know just from the little bit we've talked, you're big on vibes. You know what I mean? So is there ever a time that the vibe's just not right? Have you guys already had moments of that where you guys are in the studio and nothing happened?
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's happened, but, like, we'll just stop. Like, there was this one time he'd come over and, like, I was, like, tripping a little bit. Like, I just, like, had, like, a mushroom.
Yeah.
Over.
Yeah.
And then I started tripping and I was super
Go
in my head. I was like tripping super hard in my head the whole time making a beat, and I couldn't do anything. I just like, my mind was racing and I'm like, this isn't good enough, this isn't good enough, this isn't good enough, this isn't good enough.
And meanwhile, he made like 3 or 4 fire ass beats. Like,
they were garbage, dude. And then I stopped and then went outside, and then this fool took a nap, and then I made a frozen pizza, and then after like I ate and this fool was still passed out, I woke him up with pizza. No. When I was waiting for the pizza is when I made the beat. And it's because I was trying to sample shit and it just wasn't working. And then I grabbed my bass and then I just started like jamming on that. And then I found it right away. It just felt right and it felt comfortable. So then 90% of the time when I feel like I'm not feeling it at all, I'll stop and then like grab the bass.
Yeah.
And then I'll make a beat with that. And then just like layer it a bunch. So
why do you feel like the bass opens you up like that?
Well, that's how I learned music. I started playing the bass.
Okay.
So that's like the first like introduction I had in the.
So that kind of like takes
music.
your mind back to like.
Oh yeah, because that's like the original like that was before like singing, rapping, like anything was that. And shouts out Red Hot Chili Peppers because Flea's like ill as fuck.
Yeah.
Yo.
Give it away now.
California.
Songs about California.
More songs about California.
California slap bass.
Yo, okay, so was it, let's take it back, dude, because this is the first time you're on the show. I want people to catch up. You also have a brother, very talented as well.
Yep.
But did you guys, where did hip-hop...
He taught me everything.
Where did hip-hop get introduced into your life?
Him. He showed me.
At like what age?
Man. He got it in like middle school, and I'm 2 grades below him. So I was like 5th grade.
Yeah.
And then I really liked the Gorillaz too. And then when I heard Dell on that Clint Eastwood joint, I was like, yo, what the fuck? Dell's like the rapper that got me like searching stuff, and then from searching stuff is where like I found Hyro.
Whoa.
And then like
that's a crazy door to start.
Yeah, that and then I also had like Outkast coming from this way, because my brother, he showed me like the ATLiens stuff.
Yeah.
And I only heard like, I was in like 5th grade, all I heard was like the Love Below.
Yeah.
You know? So when I heard all the other stuff, I was like, dude, this shit is fucking sick. And then that's when Andre 3000 became my favorite.
Wait, so at that point though, were you like, I want to make music, or were you just like, I just really like music?
I was always like, before any of that, like me and my brother and like whoever, we'd always jam like every day.
Yeah.
Because like we all play all the instruments and we can just like switch off and just chill. And we used to jam like constantly, but we never like took it to means of like recording.
Yeah.
Anything.
But why?
Because we were young.
Yeah.
We didn't know what to do and we didn't have money.
Yeah.
Like, it was rapping. I probably started rapping, like, I think it was high school, you know? And it was just really accessible. I just, like, did it because, you know, like, people at school, like, rap, and I always wanted to be better at people who did anything that had to do with music.
Yeah.
You know, like, in high school, because, like, I was, really in the background. So I just wanted to, just be boss as fuck, you know?
Yeah.
Like, showing up fools on the ukulele and, like 2 weeks. I just needed, 2 weeks to, geek out, and then I, come back. So then, when I started rapping and stuff, that was the one that was just like really fun because you don't need anything to do it.
Yeah.
You know, you just need to like, you could just be, I would just be in my garage like saying garbage and shit. But dude, that's how it starts. And it was just really fun, you know, and then you can have your friends come over and like, I met Steven, or Steez.
Yeah.
He was the first person I ever rapped with and shit. But I feel like I'm super off topic now. I don't know where I'm going.
No.
You're fine.
You're doing fine.
Okay, word. Yeah, and then I met him, and then I actually recorded my first track with him. Or no, I recorded my first track somewhere else. Like this chick I went to school with, her brother, Walter, he recorded my first song, and then I never recorded anything else. And then...
Did you like it?
Oh yeah, dude, that shit was tight.
Yeah.
It's my first song is better than the next like 40 songs I made after. Like, cause that was like everything that was like the illest shit I wrote. I wrote 3 verses, 3 16-bar verses.
Yeah.
Chorus. I was like, damn, dude, I don't do that shit anymore, dude. I'm burnt out after a 16, and I'll just like make like 6 bridges and like just like.
I wonder if that's like a bit of a hindrance though. Like your first one out of the gate, you feel like you knocked it out of the park, and then like no matter what you do, it doesn't live up to that.
Well, because everything else after that is when I first started learning how to record. So like that one I recorded with someone who knew what they were doing, and then like the next 40 was just I bought like a shitty like Pro Tools mic from Best Buy. It was like $40.
Yeah.
USB. So oh man. And I didn't know how to mix, and I was trying to. I don't know if like you've never seen a music program before, and you get this USB mic with Pro Tools Student Edition, and trying to figure out what the fuck Pro Tools is like. As soon as I got a new mic, I got Logic, and I've just been using Logic ever since. But dude, that shit, I didn't know what I was doing at all. I still don't really know what I'm doing, but I just like been fucking with shit for like such a long time that it's starting to sound good. And then I hang out with a lot of people like my buddy True Love and Monty Beats and Andre or Dunga. Like they teach me shit all the time too. Well, I haven't been kicking it down there lately because I've been mad busy, but like they taught me like a lot of shit, like just through like sessions. They're going to like Rare Flower sessions with homie Dre, Trav, and Gabbo. Like sitting in, I think I sat on just one, and I was like part of it too because I was recording a song. But just like Dunga taught me a lot about mixing, just in like with like 2 effects. He just showed me, just like all you need is this, and you can do a lot of shit with just this, And I was like, okay, word. I was like overthinking it, but I learned bits and pieces from everyone. Yeah. But anyways, back to what we were talking about.
Did like when you first recorded, was your mindset like, yo, I'm gonna be a rapper? Or were you just like, I'm just doing whatever?
Nah, dude, I was like, yo, I'm gonna do this shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I want to be tight, And then, but I always wanted to make beats more, but my brother, he was the one that made beats. And like, he had an MPC 1000, and he was making them like his senior year. He did his senior exhibition project, and he made a beat live in his classroom, and I thought that shit was so sick. And he sampled Minnie Riperton, and it was just like, that shit was like, when he sampled it, I was like, yo, dude, I need to like work. And my first album I dropped in high school was like all his beats almost. Yeah. But but I always wanted to make beats more. Like when I seen him start making beats, like I just wanted to do that. So then I like eventually got more into it, and then I do that way more because it's more fun. Like I started like I ran out of shit to say because I have like 6 albums where I'm like rap albums.
That's so crazy, man.
It's just like,
and they're dope. Yo, straight up, I'm sorry to interrupt. 18Sense is one of the dopest rappers that I know.
Yeah.
Straight up, like. He's one of the best producers and one of the best rappers in San Diego. Fuck what you heard. Like, that's how I feel. Like, and I have to beg this nigga to fucking do a verse on the album and shit. I'm like, come on. Fucking kick a verse, dog. He's like, nah, it's cool.
What is that? You said you ran out of things to say?
Yeah, I just, like, I don't really know what to talk about anymore.
What were you talking about before?
I don't know, like, going through high school. And then like the transition after that, and then like getting a job. Like when I was rapping a lot, it was like that was from going to high school to college. I didn't really do college too much of it, but I was, and then working as well, like having a job and like how time consuming that is and how your life gets like fucking wrapped around it. And then like chicks, of course, you know, like just like normal dude shit, you know?
Yeah.
But
and then you hit like a spot where you're like, yo, I talked about all that.
Yeah, and then I got like really political and like really conscious about shit, when even though like my favorite album is just anti that, I just talk shit about that, and I became one. I started like I grew up, you know?
Yeah.
And when you grow up, you get you have to pay more attention to things, because the older you get, the more affected you are by certain things. So
what did your parents do?
My dad, he is a teacher for the severely handicapped, like high school level.
Yeah.
And my mom, she used to work at a grocery store in Vista for a very long time. She was a really hard worker. She like was like part owner of that.
Were either one of them like creative, like as far as like art?
My dad is all about music.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Yeah, we have home videos. Like he's huge on the Beatles and like Led Zeppelin and like Eric Clapton and all that shit, you know?
Oh, that's dope.
So, but he also had like other tricks up his sleeve, you know?
Yeah.
But he had us like onto music like that, and then my brother's the one who really got it. I was like more into like video games and I like sports and stuff. Not like seriously, not like I wasn't like fucking crazy about sports, but you know, I was just into that shit. But I was always into music, because I mean I played bass, like, but I never was like super like until my brother showed me a lot of shit. And like, yeah, my brother's the only reason I'm probably sitting here. You know?
I mean, now is there?
Because he was really explorative.
Yeah.
With
and
it.
then you kind of followed suit.
And I just follow everything he likes is dope, and I'm like, I'm just gonna listen to what he's listening to. You know, it saves me the trouble.
How do you guys relate with, like, do you guys actually work together a lot?
Oh yeah, we're working on an album right now.
Yeah,
we got like 8 tracks deep where I'm rapping over all his beats.
That's just dope,
dude. Yeah. That's like the only rap album I'll probably ever need to drop. That one and Lazy Astronauts with my dude Gabo. That one's we're pretty deep in that, but like,
Lazy Astronauts.
If you heard Rare Flowers, then you'll know that. Yeah, I don't know. Shouts out to Gabo.
Yeah, shout out to Gabo. Shout out to Dre Trav too.
Yo,
something's wrong with Ric's mic, no?
1 2 1 2.
Yeah, it sounds muffled.
Turn it off and turn it. Eddie, can you see if you can fix that?
1 2.
We'll pause.
This is a perfect time for a pause. Just want to
scream on that.
Rest in peace to Dre Trav's mom.
Yeah.
She died yesterday, so we'll have that little pause and a moment of silence for that. Much love.
Yeah.
Dope.
Thank you guys for that, too.
Yo, okay, so let's, now I want to, okay, so there's definitely, if I didn't know you, right? Like, if I didn't know anything about you, and I don't really know a whole lot, I'm learning a lot right now.
Yeah. I think he is, too.
But from the little I do know,
never talk about this stuff.
Because Arash and I have sat down with enough people to know, like, when people are kind of concerned with vibes, our energy, you can usually make a direct connection to some sort of psychedelic,
right?
You know, like encounter in your life that was very influential.
Never. Now that psychedelics. I mean, I've done shrooms a couple times, because it's fun, but that didn't really have an effect like that.
Yeah,
it was already like that. Like, I did it because, you know, because literally everyone that I met, like, would swear that me and my brother did it around the same time, you know, like, it was never any different. Like, we're from like a rural area, you know, it's really slow, it's really quiet, and, you know, I like minding the fuck out of my own business.
Yeah.
And like, like, I don't like people who are gonna, like, who give me, like, weird energy. I don't like bad vibes, you know. I've never, like, ever since I was a kid, like, I only had, like, a cycle of, like, 3 different friends, you know?
Yeah.
Because these were my dudes, and, like, I trusted them. And it's just, yeah, I mean, shrooms.
So you were like that already.
It was more so I wanted to do it for visual stimulation.
Yeah.
Like, perception. But, I mean, you know.
That's interesting. So you credit, like, your personality type.
Beautiful wreck, by the way.
Thank you.
Your personality type to you being more from, like, a rural area.
Yeah.
That's interesting, man.
Yeah, I hate being in the city.
Yeah.
I get stressed out and paranoid, dude. Fuck. I mean, I'm used to it now, but man, catch me like 2 years ago, dude. You would never catch me going down to San Diego or into LA. Just because I don't like being in the city, dude. I feel like super claustrophobic. I'm like, it's too fast for me and it's too much going on, you know? Like, I can put up with it for, like, short periods, but I don't think I could ever, like, live it in, is what I'm saying. You know?
Yeah.
It's just, like, really hard for me. Just because I'm from, like, horseback. Dude, people riding, like, horses down on my streets because it's, like, not, it's, like, it's weird. You know? It's just, like, hard to get used to.
Word.
You know?
Yeah, that's a trip. It's
weird.
interesting that you're saying the thing about energies, Chris, because and it's also interesting that we're talking about the rural upbringing thing, because I've noticed I was gonna say, like, I was just about to put this up as like a status update on Facebook, and then I just decided not to because I don't want to. Whenever I start to sense that something is going to cause like a bunch of people to comment, I'm like, I don't want to deal with this. But I have noticed that sense, like, just even discussing things in terms of like energies and vibrations, has gone mainstream enough where, like, I used to hear something like that and immediately make assumptions about the individual saying those things as like being, you know, a bit of a hippie or, like, you know, from my surroundings and my social circles. But at this point, it's pretty much across the board, because I've read, like, multiple people, like, I have friends that are artists that voted for Trump that are talking about vibrations and energies. And, like, that was, like, really fascinating to me, because I did not expect that. But it's an example of how deeply disconnected so much of us are. But anyway, the thing you say about the rural upbringing thing is, I mean, ultimately a lot of not all of it, but some of the division that's happening in our country that we just did not see coming from my life is the division between, like, the rural upbringing versus the big city like upbringing. And there's that sense of, like, fuck the big. I don't even want to be in the big city. And for those of us that live here, we look down our nose, and anybody who's outside of it, it's a trip. Yeah,
well, like, I love, like, the city is beautiful and, like, it's fun as fuck, you know, but I'm a boring ass person. So
why did you say right?
Do you think that's why you ran out of shit to say?
Because I think that's gangster. Like, yo, if you just want to be boring, then fuck it. You know what I mean? Me, I'm on that other shit.
Yo, I'm that dude that will never think of anything. Like, the one thing that my girlfriend, like, hates about me is that, like, I don't think of shit to do. Like, I mean, like, cause I just, like, don't think of, like, extra things to do sometimes, because I've never, like, I don't know what to do, because I never really did anything, like, at all growing up. You know, like, I was just super into, like, geeking out on, like, video games and shit, and, like, you know, like, I had, like, curious phases where I'd, like, want to go up to, like, Irvine with the homies and, like, go to, like, some, like, random mall, you know, just to, like, fucking walk around in a new location. But, like, whenever I did that, I always got over it right when we got there, and I just wanted to go back and chill, you know. I just like chilling. And that's why I like doing what I do, because I can just be at home and just, like, just chill out and, like, make shit, you know?
Why haven't you got over beat making yet? Because you sounds like you kind of got over rapping.
I mean, I get over it sometimes, but it's, like, it's so much fun, because it's, like, you know, it's way easier to figure out, like, it's easier to create a feel without having to express it through words, you know? Like, it's hard for me, like, it's become a lot harder for me to put things into words lately. And it's way easier to, like you hear something, you're like, oh, like, if it's a sample, for example, you, like, the ones that stick out to you, like, I'll have records that I'll go through them for samples, and I'll pick something. I'll feel something way more like 1 year, and then a year later go back to it or go to it again.
Right.
And then it'd be like something else will stick out to me just because how I was feeling, you know, like a lot changes in that time, and like how you're feeling can really reflect in what you're making as well.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's a trip.
It's crazy because you guys are putting together. Rick is probably like the polar opposite when it comes to wanting to be around people. He loves it. He's a very social person.
I get down.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, so Rick,
Yin yang.
You being in the studio with him, you know, crafting this art together. What are the biggest things that you've noted? Like, what are some of the things you know about 18 that you didn't know when you started?
I didn't know until like we started that he was. I always thought he was just a strong silent type, like the type of cat to just be in a spot and just chill, and he is.
Yeah.
But I didn't know it was attributed to his like being like, oh shit, there's so many people around here. I don't dig this shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's really the only thing that I picked up. Like everything else is like, yeah. He's like what you see is what you get kind of person. You know what I'm saying?
So if you, it just dawned on me. If you guys could like keep like a scoreboard of the amount of words said between you and 18.
Oh, I win. You already know I'm a talking ass.
You probably laughed them on the first day.
Man.
Yeah, they are a good balance.
Yeah.
Because Rick likes to talk.
I'll be talking, man.
Yeah.
I'm a good listener too.
Yeah.
That's that. And it works
Not
perfect.
necessarily absorber.
Yeah.
But I'm a good listener.
You'll sit there quietly and smile and nod your head.
Yeah, and I'm hearing it, you know.
Yeah.
It's
Not going to remember it afterwards.
I know the difference between when someone needs to just like let out and like actually need someone to listen, you know. Like there's a fine line, you know. Not that I don't want you to ever think that it's like I know when you're like telling me some shit, like I'm genuinely interested 95% of the time because it's always funny shit. You know, and it's like, and also I can kind of like live through you.
Oh, your girlfriend! Your girlfriend must be very happy. Like you're like 1% of dudes who understands the difference between this person wants me to respond versus I just want me to listen. Go ahead and vent, baby. Tell me about your day.
Sometimes, but you know, I can not be so attentive at times. I could be like not paying attention as much as I should be, you know, but that's just human nature.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah.
You guys are putting out, has it dawned on you guys at all that you guys are putting out a project like beyond just like the personal fun that you guys have had making this, the emotions you guys have poured into it, you're also dropping a project at a really weird time in just the world right now, you know what I mean? Like in society, like we were joking about it before, but I mean, yeah, we're nearing this Trump era, where Rick was just on the front lines at a demonstration, and
I mean, was he? Or was he just talking shit?
I was being an angry black man.
He was ready to throw down.
That shit was intense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you guys are dropping this project. And from what I've heard, I mean, it's a very original sounding project. It's not like it's...
I emailed you the whole
time. Yeah, I know. I got super hyped about that. Yo, what, did you know that, Rick?
Yeah.
Okay, tight.
He told me to.
So...
Just as long as you don't put it up on Bandcamp.
No, I'm going to put it on Bandcamp. I'm going to charge for it, though.
The next person to leak my shit on Bandcamp is getting murdered. Yo, disclaimer. If I do some shit with you and you leak it without talking to me, I'm going to stab you.
He didn't say SoundCloud.
You getting stabbed. Don't do me like that.
I'm going to put it up on MySpace.
Oh, shit. I wouldn't even be mad at that.
You wouldn't be able to find it.
Whatever.
Never used Reverb.
Rick would never use to find it.
MySpace.com/18Scales.
I can't delete my old MySpace because I put in the wrong
Me too.
password. Dog.
Yeah, mine's just sitting. It's like a ghost page.
Dude, every time I'll check to see, I'm like, maybe the internet will just figure it out and
yeah.
shit. And I go and I'm like, damn,
dude, the internet never figures it out.
The internet.
They just let it sit there.
Did I ever tell you that when I was with my ex, she went to the first page of comments on MySpace to find girls that I talked to?
Wow.
And remembered their names so that at some point when it popped up
she could
on
pull
like
them out.
Facebook, she like
poison arrows.
She like remembered.
Just pull them out.
That's
crazy, dude.
Crazy
Wait,
shit.
that's an X, right?
Yes.
I was about to say, like, you still like, don't dabble.
No, but it was still during the MySpace era. No, I'm sorry. It was the beginning of the Facebook era. But she went to MySpace and went to the earlier pages of MySpace to see the wall comments.
You just ruined shit for a lot of dudes right now.
Don't worry, we have like no girls listening to this show.
Oh, word.
Dude,
Rap life.
I can't even do that. Like, I literally tried to do that on Facebook once.
To what?
Like, you know what? I wanted to see my first post.
Yeah.
I just never even got there.
Facebook doesn't make it as easy.
I was just like, fuck this.
Good.
No, because I started reading
wants
some
to
of them, and I'm like,
remember
what
their
the
past
fuck
posts.
was wrong with me?
Yeah. It's pretty funny to read like some of your earliest posts on social media.
You know what
You're
it
still
feels
trying to
like?
figure it out.
It feels like when I read old posts, like there was literally a whole part of my brain that was missing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I didn't have any of this vibe at all.
Yeah.
It was literally something else.
I feel like my earlier posts were like way more funny.
Yeah. You've lost your humor.
I don't like the internet like that no more.
Yeah,
I can vouch for that.
Albums keep getting leaked on there.
Yeah,
I mean, the internet has been nothing but bad to you.
It's been a horrible thing. Like, fuck, y'all see me.
I wanna see black light.
Take you on a trip.
Hell yeah.
Times
About vibrations like this.
I fucking hate that. Yeah. I'm from the future, you could look and never know. I'm from the future, phone tell me when to go. Bone computers never grab it from the shelf. I'm from the future in my car parked itself. I'm from the future, talk to you on my watch. And it don't happen much with space shoes when I walk. And in the future, it's not a lot to hope. Though everything we own's controlled via remote. Whoa, we stay simulated in the future. And everything simulated in the future. Could watch your life syndicated in the future. And the days indicated on the future. Why mercy me's don't make sense in the future. Never sparing an expense in the future. But can't afford a fuck to give in the future. Time travel cause it costs too much to live in the future. Nostalgia, nostalgia, nostalgia. Nostalgia, nostalgia, nostalgia. Nostalgia, 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 nostalgia.
About vibrations like this.
Nostalgia, nostalgia, nostalgia.
Fucking going through my Facebook struggles and shit.
Yeah.
Instagram fucking
Struggle
woes
book.
and shit. What the fuck is this shit?
Struggle book.
Like, you know what I mean?
Speaking of which, I just want to. So this is one of the dope things about social media, right?
Okay.
A friend of mine just posted, and I shared it. She said, if anybody knows of any of the 19 that were arrested at the November 9th anti-Trump protests in San Diego for alleged unlawful assembly, shoot me a message. I'm providing free legal representation.
Wow, that's pretty dope.
Pretty dope, right?
Yo, I literally came.
See, Rick, you
that's-
could have got arrested. I told you.
No, we got there right after people got arrested. That's
we?
why when I watched, there was a video on Facebook, and I watched the shit happen, and I was like, okay, that's right when I pulled up.
Is that why people were split? Because when we got there,
Yeah,
people
when we
were
got
split.
there and everybody was standing there, and then we all went the other way. Fools had just got snatched up. Yeah.
So only the real ones kept on.
I saw one person get arrested. But I mean, like, I saw a few people like full on antagonizing, like trying to get in the cops' faces and stuff.
Yeah, that's the shit that pisses me off. It's like, look, man, like, I get it. You want to fucking start a riot and have a revolution like that. That's cool. Do that. Like, at least let it be known. Like, you know what I mean? Because I remember when the whole Trayvon Martin shit went down. I'm at a fucking march with my son. My son, who was like 4 at the fucking time, 3 or 4. And all of a sudden, these dudes are trying to get it popping with the police.
Right.
I'm like, I'm here with my kid. Like, what if they start doing, like, what they do in these situations and my kid's there? I'm fucking you up.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, straight up, dude. Like, I'm throwing tear gas that they throw at me at your ass. Like, get that nigga, that motherfucker right there.
What do you guys think? Because I know you were pretty vocal about it online, Rick, about not wanting to do something like that unless it was organized way better. I definitely see you. I was there taking photos, and one of the things that I noticed, and let me know if you saw this too, like, I saw a lot of people that really, really wanted to do something.
And they just didn't know what.
Yeah, they had literally zero idea of, even from like walking down the street, like, should we stay here? Should we go farther? Like, it was very confusing, you know? But there's a part of me, like, where I stand when it comes to, like, especially these protests is, I think protesting is healthy. Like, I think it's good to get that energy out.
It's important.
But you have to know. Like, that's my thing. It's like I fuck with vibes and ambiance and such as well. Like, if I'm out there, I fucking know why I'm out there. I know what I'm trying to do. I know, like, I feel that shit. You're going to see it. Like, you seen the pictures. Like, I felt that. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, in hindsight, it's like, when you're out there with all these people that just, like, they're just lost. You know what I mean?
And there's a lot of confusion.
We didn't accomplish shit. We didn't accomplish shit. All we did was voice our opinion.
What would have been your ideal outcome of that scenario? What do you consider accomplishing shit?
Like, getting people to understand why we're out there. You know what I mean? In the first place, in a way that makes some sort of change.
There's a variety of different reasons why people are out there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for one thing, you'd have to get everybody to agree on why they're out there. Some people were, like, chanting for, like, the Dakota, you know, gas pipeline. You know?
Yeah, like, that's the thing. Like, it that's why I said, like, I didn't feel like we accomplished anything. Like, everyone was everywhere. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got split up into two groups. The ones just, like, flanked us. Bam. Cut us off. We had that ill standoff and shit. I was like, fuck. It's just finna get super unnecessary.
No, I fully get you. I know what you mean, too, because, like, an example of protests that have been executed with... that accomplished, for lack of a better description, like what you're describing, would be like something that was organized by a Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
Where there was like a very clear destination, and you had a crew of people organizing. They had lieutenants and sergeants. I mean, those were orchestrated, coordinated things.
And large numbers.
Absolutely. Large numbers, and also a very charismatic leader. The protests that are happening right now, there's a lot of different reasons that people on the street. I would submit that they are absolutely accomplishing something in that they are putting pressure on our elected representatives to just not let Trump coast. Because with your representatives, your local representatives, they'll do that. They'll just let whoever coast. If they're not getting pressure from the streets, but if they're seeing people outside their window chanting, they're like, fuck, I'm going to have to do something. Or I'm not going to get reelected.
But we weren't outside their window. We were in the fucking gas lamp.
Well, you're fixating a little too much on the exact location. But the idea is if they see people in the street, that's what the idea is. Ultimately, that's what protests do.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is a healthy experience. I agree with you. It'd be beautiful if we had like a charismatic leader and had a more executed thing.
Definitely. And taking that same mentality, but toned down to a fucking diplomatic, you know what I'm saying, mind frame, taking that shit to City Hall. You organize with your people and, like, go sit in, learn what the fuck you need to learn and give your opinion. Make your voice heard there to people that can actually do something, that hear you and see you. There's, like, a human connection there.
Yeah.
As opposed to standing outside yelling,
virtually yelling at walls.
That. Yeah.
Right.
Like, all we were doing was pissing people off. And I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Like, those, I want you to be like, dude, the other night I'm out there with Skinny Vinny. Shout out Skinny Vinny, gas face. You know what it do.
Yeah.
Like,
have I met Skinny Vinny? We went and yelled outside his window.
Yeah.
That's my boy.
You met him.
And then he's wearing ALO's fucking Not My President, fuck Donald Trump shirt, right? We go in this bar that's clearly closing. As soon as we walk in, we're like, can we get a drink? Yeah, I figured this, y'all cleaning and everything. All right, cool. So we go outside and I holler at his homeboy like, hey, we out, man. And then this chick's like, yeah, you better be out, like, wearing that shirt before something happens, like, whoop-de-whoop. It's like, bitch, hold up, man. Like, you know, like, I don't hit girls, but I'm gonna sock your man in the mouth. Keep, you trying to see your man get beat up? Like, you could pop off. And then, like, everybody want to act all scared now. You know what I mean? That whole corner got quiet. We dip back to my
The black
car.
man's talking to us. Everybody run.
You know what I mean? They're just chilling on the corner acting all oblivious. We hop in my whip, and I had to go back that way anyway, so I made sure to be bumping that Nipsey and YG and them JBLs, you know what I'm saying? Just boom, like, fuck Donald Trump. Like,
Yeah.
Hey, it's like me and my niggas bouncing in the car like, what? Oh, y'all ain't gonna look over here. Okay. Like, I don't understand that shit. Like, okay, my shirt says fuck Donald Trump. It doesn't say fuck you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it technically does.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess so. Like, cause it's like, yo, in all honesty, I feel like Trump probably doesn't feel the way his supporters feel about, like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't think Trump feels anything.
Yeah.
I think Trump just is he's aware of how he has no issue saying whatever it takes to get what he wants.
Yeah. And that shit, yo, man, like...
Man, I'm hearing you talk, and I'm going to tell you this, like, a year ago, right? Like, a year ago, I probably would have been like, nah, man, though, like, here's, you could do this. Or, at this point, bro, I kind of feel like everybody's feelings on all of this is so legit. Mm-hmm. Like, there's people that are, like, really angry, you know what I mean? Like, of all races, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, that are really angry and are really lost.
Mm-hmm.
And I think at this point, a lot of them would rather just be lost than continuing along the path that we've been continuing on. Because I think a lot of the anger, especially what I saw out on the streets, a lot of the anger, and when you said that people were even chanting about the Dakota pipeline, I saw people fuck the police, other people like shaking the police's hands. I don't think it is separate anymore. I think that is all one thing. I think we're seeing like one thing happen right now. You know what I mean? And it is a frustration. You might be closer to the pipeline than you are to Compton,
right?
And so that's where you're letting your energy out.
But it's a general frustration with the system.
Just a general frustration with everything. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so like when I was watching that at the protest, I was like I understood like where this is coming from, and like I said, people were yelling at walls, but you tell them, because, dude, it's super easy to go like, well, just learn about politics and get involved.
Right.
And I think people have a legitimate gripe when they say, I don't want to fuck with these politics. Like, no, it's not okay for me to go, like, this is all, well, it's either this or that. We don't want either one of those things. There's people who really don't want either one of those things.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those people, by the way.
Yeah.
I do feel like there's certain things that we can still do. But I do get where people are saying, like, I don't want to fuck with any of those things. And I don't think that they're reaching for a reason why we shouldn't fuck with those. Because I think it's been proven why. The system is broken from the core. So when you're like, well, when somebody's like, let's get Clinton in office, and people are like, that is just as bad. For the average person, people will be like, well, how could that be just as bad? Like Trump is obviously this fucking giant idiot, and he's like going to be like a Hitler. How could Clinton be like him? Well, on paper, the end results can be the same. You know what I mean? Like the packaging and the way the message is being brought to us with Trump, it's that. It's pandering to we all know what it's pandering to. It's pandering to a less educated majority. Yeah. And it's taking advantage of those people because it's playing to their fears. But in a lot of ways, Clinton was going to do the same thing, just in a very polished manner, like we've always had.
In the PC way.
You know what I mean?
The same as Trump?
There were going to be a lot of the same results at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like there's going to be these... Look, could Trump possibly find at least a median with Russia? Yeah, he could. And he'll probably do that just to show like, oh, I could do that. We're going to be friends. We're going to play nice with Russia. And the end result could still be a catastrophe for the United States. Or Clinton could take us to war with Russia, and the end result could be a catastrophe for the United States. And so people are not just breaking it down to like personalities and wants. People are looking at the whole thing, and the whole thing is fucked.
Yeah.
Because the reality is we've made technological leaps and bounds. we can vote on the internet. We should be putting a lot of work towards that, where your vote matters because it's your vote, and your vote goes straight to. It says Arash voted for Clinton. Boom, that's it. There's no arguing it. Arash has a record of it on his IP address. It's all there. Mm-hmm. Instead, what do? And this is why people lose hope, because we supposedly have all these really smart people leading this country, but we have like a group of like old ladies counting our votes in some fucking high school gym. Still, like, we're still doing that. Mm-hmm. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Tradition.
Well, I mean, it's a lot. I know, I understand why it exists.
America.
It exists because it works with this current system. That's why it exists.
Yeah, there's a variety of different reasons for each one of these things. The main issue is that the machine is so fucking massive.
Yeah, and complicated.
And there's different motivations for different parts of the machine, different cogwheels, different influences in different corners. It's so massive that to try to explain like one part of, just even understanding one part of the machine, one cogwheel, takes a lifetime of education. Yeah. And what it really comes down to is that overwhelmingly the machine is not doing what the audience of the machine wants it to do.
Exactly.
And that is what people are angry about. And just even what you were saying right now, Chris, like that went back to, like, I was trying to explain like the Trayvon Martin situation to, I don't know, white people. And they're like, people that disagree with it, they're like, it's bullshit. This guy, look at this guy. He's got this record and this and that. I'm like, yeah, it doesn't matter though. Trayvon Martin was a symbol. He was a symbol of the anger. They rallied behind him because this was something that was documented. It finally was the tipping point. At the end of the day, that community and the communities around the country who are angry, they're angry at an overall general pattern of issues with police departments.
Yeah.
Not specifically Trayvon Martin. So if you fixate on Trayvon Martin, you're missing the message. Exactly. And it's the same thing that the left is doing right now. You fixate on Trump, you're missing the message.
Yeah.
The real frustration is a general anger with feeling abandoned. And it is unfair to assume that the average person in the country has the patience or the time or the ability to understand our political system.
Yeah.
It's just not realistic.
The thing that I've been thinking about lately is like, and I'm surprised I've never come to this conclusion, is like, you look at everything, like everything, like on some big picture shit, and you look at it down to the fact that there are people that are in the street homeless.
Yeah.
Because somebody made up a thing that you have to have in order to have other stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You look at like credit, like every year you gotta pay your registration for your car. I bought the fucking car. It's in my name. Why do I have to keep paying to keep it in my name? Every fucking, or you're gonna take it away from me and sell it to someone else.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Or like you have to have credit in order to buy a house, to own a house. Like,
it's all those things.
Like, what the fuck? Like,
and with the internet, you can go down. You can just jump on YouTube. I mean, I fucking love YouTube. I learn everything from YouTube.
Yeah,
true. You know,
the entirety of human knowledge is at your fingertips.
I went on there to learn about the Electoral College because I kind of had the gist of what it was, but I really wanted to know, like, what the fuck, and is this fixable?
Right.
And it's not. Like, as long as it stays there, as long as it's in existence,
this isn't a
there's no way to make the Electoral College better. Like, you have to break it down. Like, destroy it. So, and that's the thing. Like, one of the things I noticed at this fucking protest, Rick, and I know you saw this too, the people that were there seemed to me to be people who could afford to be there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, people who they look like they probably were just chilling earlier. They weren't, like, you know, at home. Like, they were all around the age where they were probably not at home with a wife or kids. They didn't have that.
Oh, it was all like
right.
Like, there were people under 21.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? I saw a parallel with the people that we send out to the streets to protest, because we do that through our opinions and build, you know, all of us playing a part of this. You know, if we express anger, kids can interpret that anger. They go out and they act out. So but it's all the same age as the same people that we're sending to war. Mm-hmm. Like, that's who's on the streets. The same age people that we're like, dude, we send 18-year-olds to war.
Yeah.
Like, to fight our wars. Like,
can't drink yet, though.
Yeah, they can't even drink. Mm-hmm. Some of them haven't even been laid.
Mm-hmm. Most of them.
Yeah, so you're going out there, and it's a life or death situation, right? But we, as a society, have determined that age range, we can afford to spare that.
It's because that they haven't lived enough to be able to develop their own, like...
Right. They're the easiest...
opinion, because they're just coming out of high school, and then if in high school, you always had, like, military visiting, trying to recruit people to come join and, like, shit like that, you know? Like, everywhere. And... it's like you're getting them at the right age before they start developing who they are.
Yeah, and you're like, promising them college.
You're promising them these things, and it's like, well, shit. If I do this, it's like I don't have to worry about anything, you know. And it's like you believe it, and then you follow it, you know, like.
And that's what I think.
That's why it's the perfect age for it.
Yeah, and I think it's the perfect age for people to be recruited into. Like
gangs,
gangs, protesting, all these things, right? And we know, because I mean, all of us were at that age range at one point, and they are the ones who usually get the short end of the stick,
right?
Because we haven't deemed you responsible enough to lead the country. But we also haven't deemed you responsible enough to like run your own life yet. Like, so we got to have all these rules on you because, like Arash said, we could send you there, but you can't even drink. Yeah. We're saying you can't drink.
Yeah, and we baby the fuck out of people in this country, especially. Like a lot of Europe, you can drink wine at like 13 or whatever. You get used to it. Like, you can go clubbing at 18. Which, by the way, a nightclub. It should be an 18 and up environment because it is a very immature environment. It's like flashing lights, ooh, things everywhere. You know? So it's like you should like.
Thank you for saying that.
It is and mind you, by the way, I was at a club probably the other night. Like I still have fun with it, but you go like in Spain. I remember we went to one of the big clubs there. It was like 5 stories, right? And like me and my boy were grandpas in that club. Everybody was 18, 19.
Yeah.
Because what happens is when you're 18, 19, you get all that shit out of your system, and when you're 21, 22, whatever, you go to the pub. Because people are having conversations there. You can go spit at a girl. Like, you can actually hear each other. At a club, though, it's just big, shiny excitement. Everybody looking at each other. You know, like, that's something you should get out of your system earlier.
Yeah.
But in this country, we baby the fuck out of people.
Well, we've talked about it how many times on this show about one of the big things in America is for young men, we don't have a coming of age thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like in other countries, dude, even like in primitive countries, they send them off into you got to go out into the wilderness for a week because you got to become a man. Like there's
eat
different things.
Cactus buttons and off you go.
What is it here?
I did that
right?
to myself. Like,
yeah, well, you did. Well, but I'm saying as a whole, America as a whole, we don't have something like that. Really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it really is like, oh, you get super drunk on your 21st birthday, or you know what I mean?
That's what I felt like. That full coming of age was like, I am a man now. It was like getting super wasted at a bar to the point where the homies had to carry me out.
And you're so not a man,
dude.
You know what I mean?
Right?
Like,
I
you're
had a
so
lot
not
of
a man at that point,
night, though. Like a lot.
Yeah, but I mean, but that's what I'm saying. How is that?
Yeah, that's not some man shit.
Yeah, you don't wake up the next morning and go like, man, I learned a lot about that. You know what I mean? Like, you just learned what your favorite drink is.
I forgot what I learned.
Don't drink.
I don't remember what I learned.
I mean, I think it's crazy, dude. Like I said, you guys are here. Well, we started off talking about this because you guys are dropping a project right into the middle of all this shit.
Yeah.
And I don't, I'm not sure if you guys, if that is even something you think about. It is definitely something that I ponder a lot. Like, about what you're putting out at what time and how much of a role you play. And I've always been a believer that, people like you guys who are talented musicians who are putting out, you're not just putting out art, you're putting out energy. And I don't know if a lot of artists pay. I know a lot of artists don't, because I've had a lot of artists on the show. Not necessarily paying attention to everything they're putting out and when that's happening, because you can influence a lot of people. Like, you put up a video and that video gets 10,000 views, you've influenced, a lot of people have taken in your energy. Even if it is for those 3 minutes, they've taken it in now. And you have affected them. And you guys are definitely on some, I mean, you guys have been hearing the music throughout the show. They've been hearing it. And they know by now, like, you guys are on some real vibey shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that is really what it is. And it's weird because I kind of feel like your guys' record is like that type of record is needed right now. Because I do feel like we can all get wrapped up in all of this, like, a lot. You know what I mean? Like, one of the biggest things I saw on social networks when Trump was being elected was just people lashing out at each other.
Yeah.
Like, people were, like, literally lashing out at, like, their homie. Like, what? I can't believe you fucking said that, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then people were, like, trying to piss other people off. And then there's the troll.
Right.
Like, the troll is
They're
somebody.
just there to piss off everybody.
Well, they're trolling you for having any response to anything, and dude, and sometimes it's in the wackest of ways, right? Like, somebody dies, Robin Williams died, and there was people putting out like, motherfucker, you didn't know Robin Williams, like, fuck you, like, blah blah. And they were like trolling the other trolls, and people get offended when they feel like, you know. I mean, Robin Williams died and you can't feel bad about that.
Yeah.
Like, that's already a thing now.
Yeah.
It's a thing for people to call you out on, like, oh, you're just trying to jump. You just want to put a Robin Williams picture up because everybody else is on Instagram.
But why the fuck would I want to put a Robin Williams picture up?
But what if you did?
Yeah.
What I'm saying, what if you did?
Another good example, support France thing, you know, when people change their avatars. Like, all right, you want to show a little bit of support from what you do. Like, that's fine. Why get angry about that?
Yeah, I don't.
I think what people get mad at is, like, the when, whys, and whos. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when this group of people was going through some even iller shit than what you support. And I mean, to me, like, that in itself has become a meme, right? But it's like, for me, it's like, what the fuck do you expect at this point? You know what I'm saying? Like, we already are aware that these motherfuckers are racist. And we're already aware that these motherfuckers are not racist. Like, what's next?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? What's the next step? How do we alleviate? How do we, like, separate? Whatever needs to be done to make the situation better. Like, what the fuck are we doing now? Like, I'm tired of sitting there being like, this person's a racist. This person's an asshole. This person's cool. This person's an asshole. We're just running in circles.
Yeah.
Because I think one of the important things to consider is that we do all have different motivating factors.
Yeah.
So, like, one of the things you see is, like, people will get upset and say, like, okay, so-and-so only cares about this issue because of XYZ. Okay. Like, that's because we can't all care about every single fucking thing that happens on the planet.
Yeah.
Some of us are here to save all the cats, and some of us are going to save all the dogs. You know, like, if we work together, like,
if everybody saves something, we'll save the world.
Eventually. Yeah, but not everybody can care about every single little thing. And, like, it's good to, like, get challenged and push yourself out of the box, but to get upset at people for not caring about the same things that you do is just silly.
Yeah.
It's not going to take you anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, but on the other note, like, I thought about that actually, like a day or two ago. I remember it was just like I woke up and I was thinking about that shit. Like, this is a crazy ass era that we're dropping this music in, but it's probably arguably the craziest. Yeah, and it's like we started it before shit started looking like it was gonna go this way, you know. And I mean, like, granted, if my music reflects the times, that's just because of where I was at that time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
how the times affected you.
Yeah.
Yo, it be tension in the compound when I come round. Rappers running their mouths. That's a 10 count to a compound fracture. Rappers get smacked upside the dome with a sentence like I was judging my written's. Tentacles grabbing everyone in attendance. Look, this the business. Each line delivered just as intended. If they don't dig it, then they should have been paying attention. Is it pretentious to walk in this bitch like I'm upper echelon? But I be flipping styles, got more sides than a fucking decagon. Tender rappers step up in less than a month, be gone. And if you see him again, still probably less than a leprechaun. This how I tend to fools crossing they roof like I'm 10 shoes slicing they tendons open with a kinsu to end their existence. They throw they dimes like in dentists with a 10 stick pulling on their extensions. It's 18 and Ric Scales for the win. Breaking MCs down, do it by variables of 10. Nigga, what? Nigga, what? Do it the fuck we want. Yeah. Walk in your motherfucking shit. Step on your couch like. Look, I'm throwing punchlines. He slip, I'ma get his ass. Crowd be looking at him like you zig when you shoulda zagged. Who the champ is, titles is getting vanquished. When a number one contender, put your face on the canvas. Cold compresses and smelling sauce for the suckers on my Nick Diaz. I'm not surprised, motherfucker, I've been a beast. Any weight class, throwing straight jabs. Chocolate thunder dunk, bending the rim and break glass. When I lose my supporters, get with the Lawson. Beefing like the Chargers and Raiders before Carson. Larry Bird versus Johnson before the hip and bad backs. Snatch your rappers up the way Barkley and grab Shaq. Get your bitch ass slammed all on the hardwood. Then shake hands with you after the squad like it's all good. I tell rappers like bad sentences, run on one. Cause you don't really want it when it comes to one-on-ones, none.
Cause we touch on everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we talk about politics. We talk about love a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? On this album. Like, we talk some shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? We do a little bit of everything. We just
fun.
vibe the fuck out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, everything. We do everything on here. And,
let me ask you guys this. Each one of you. If you could come up with one thing right now, like a law that you could pass or something, just one thing that would be huge help to this country from now on. I could tell you what mine is.
Yeah, go ahead.
Give you an example. I've always said, like, if I could run the world, my law for the United States would be that
disco would be back.
Absolutely. I want bell bottoms. Everybody's wearing white polyester all day, every day. Staying alive, baby. But yeah, I would pass a law that everyone must do 2 years of public service.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily mean military. Like, you don't have to go in the army. Just something. Go work for your local government. Go work for your local congressman.
Work for the farms.
Whatever. Sure.
Yeah.
You have to do 2 years of public service that involves you being involved with the bureaucracy, understanding your government.
That's dope.
That I want that shit.
And something that doesn't just serve you.
Right.
Yeah, that's dope.
Right.
That's a really good one.
I fuck with that.
Yeah. Well, go ahead, Rick.
Fuck, he has a really good one.
I know that is a really good one.
I mean, can I just generalize?
Yeah.
And just take it all the way there? You know what I'm saying? If I could make anything completely illegal, it'd be being an asshole. Like, if you're an asshole, you get flogged, homie. Like, straight up.
Man, that's just gonna turn on you real quick.
To say the same shit.
It's a possibility, man. I have my moments.
So how would that work? Like, so here's my idea. I think you would send like yellow cards. Like, everybody gets 3 yellow cards a month.
See, no, the public, it ties
you
in
could
with
pull
the
out
public
on
service.
anybody.
The public service people are life referees.
Life
they just
referees.
follow people around in fucking black and white stripes.
You just get called fouls. That would be so
flog
nice.
this nigga. He's acting up.
How was your day, honey? Oh, I got a red card on my way home.
Red card? They fucking threw me out.
They straight jumped me.
Straight threw me out of life.
You know what? On that note, this isn't mine, by the way, but I just have always had this fantasy, and I play it out in my head all the fucking time.
Okay.
I want this fucking device, right, that just parks your car. Like, if I'm driving behind you and you're just being a dick, like, I just want to hit this button and it just pulls you to the side, and you got to time out, like, 15 minutes.
That's hard.
That's like my fucking dream, dog. And it would mostly be for me, it would be mostly for these really, really slow drivers.
Yeah.
I'd just be like, look,
drivers are
you cannot drive on the freeway. Yeah. Like, you shouldn't be on the freeway. You're fucking it up for everybody else. 15 minutes.
A Prius with a KPBS license plate cover.
Yes, I pull them right over.
And an Arizona license plate.
And I want the sound in their car to go, just so that you know, shame.
No, it's got to just be like,
that would actually be better.
You know what I mean? Just pull that ass over, dude.
All right, 18, you get to pass your law right now.
This is a very overwhelming question.
That's why I generalized.
You know, this isn't it. In order to give like the response I really want to get, give, I would need to think about it. But one that I was thinking about today is why traffic tickets got to be so damn expensive, and why you got to take away, hurt someone like that. Why you got to hurt someone's pockets like that? You know, you should, like, traffic ticket. All right, you speed really fast and it's dangerous. You know, $50. You should be more afraid of the damage on your record than you should of how it's going to affect your paycheck.
Yeah.
You know, or at least have a system to where, like, you should be billed on your income. You know, like if you're like, dude, like if you make like maybe like 500 biweekly or so, and you're getting an $800 ticket, you know how long that's gonna like take you to fucking pay that off?
Let me tell you,
a long ass time.
No,
3 or 4 years.
That is some legit shit. There's actually an episode of Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, where their main story was about the racket that a lot of like court systems and law enforcement have with like these tickets. Like you'll get people in very, very poor areas that like they're barely scraping by and they get this ticket and it's pretty much impossible to fight. And so like they're late on the payment or whatever because they're working 2 jobs and trying to get home to feed their kid. And then they end up getting a warrant out for them. They found like, what was the city that Trayvon Martin was in?
Somewhere in Florida.
No, was it Florida?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know, because I feel like we should cut Florida off.
Yeah, we should have done that for a while.
We should just call it a wrap.
Yeah, we really should.
Just give them like 48 hours. All good people get out. Everybody else, you gotta go.
There was a couple of cities like there's a few cities in like the deep south where they found that like the majority of the population had warrants on them. For like it's like silly shit. Like,
what were they hoping
the majority of the population? It's a racket. It's a racket.
It's just a numbers game.
Yeah. And
we can get a little bit from everybody.
Right, and then like they're getting money from them, and if you can't pay that money, you end up in the prison industrial complex.
Well, we're going to get our money anyways.
We're going to get lots more money. Right, so we're going to treat you like a lab rat. Like, that is a legit problem, the price that we charge.
And I feel like that one affects everyone. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, you know, like there are obviously laws you could pass to like help certain like
it should be income
groups,
based.
You know,
I think it's a good idea.
But it's like I feel like it's more like classism. You know, it's like
no, it absolutely
that's
is.
What it all comes to, because like low money is low self-esteem. When you're broke, you feel like you feel broken.
Yep.
That's why it's called broke.
Yep.
You know, and when people are broke, they feel broken. They feel like, you know, they feel like they're a mess and they can't get their shit together.
Let me tell you something, man. That idea that you just said right now, I would say that is actually a wonderful example of the kind of shit that has pissed off enough people in the country.
Yeah.
That Trump has happened.
Yeah.
So like we don't associate it with that because that's not like people don't overtly say that's the reason.
Right.
But there are so many broke people, so many broken people that
it's
are
all
dealing
those
with
things.
day-to-day shit, and enough of this shit has beaten the shit out of them where now they're like, we're going to rally behind this dude because he's saying he's going to save us. He's going to bring the coal mine back or whatever.
Yeah.
No, that is legit. That is absolutely a legitimate reason that we are where we're at.
And that's also too why a lot of people don't like cops, you know, besides the obvious like shit, you know, like
they get paid to ruin your life.
Exactly.
Like, and they're told like, hey, you have to ruin like 100 people's lives today. Or like you're getting
you got to keep these people with low self-esteem.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You got to like that's basically what's going on here. You know what I'm saying? They have fucking quotas. How many
you know who's
tickets?
worse? The meter maids.
Oh my God!
You literally
fuck
do
that
nothing. You never save anybody. All you do is fuck people's lives up.
Yeah, all day.
All day long.
That's why they're never happy, bro. Have you ever met a happy one?
No.
Never met a happy one.
I take it. No, I did meet one happy one in your neighborhood. I even posted about it. I thought like aliens were landing. This dude came in. This meter maid dude came in, said, and like checked with everybody who was inside this public pool I was shooting over.
Yeah.
He came, he's like, I just want to make sure nobody's car's over here because there's a sign that it's only so-and-so permits. And we're like, what?
That's dope.
That is so dope.
That person should get an award.
I mean, I seriously, it was fucking
a Nobel
amazing.
Peace Prize.
But for the most part, I wonder, like, were they miserable bastards before they got the job, or did the job make them miserable bastards?
If I was a meter maid,
work.
I would just be a dick and like
More so?
I'd get fired because I'd be like, hey, don't worry about it, bro. Like, your car just broke down over there. I can dig it, man. It's
Not all heroes wear capes.
He's like the worst meter maid.
The worst.
You make zero money.
Yeah,
They're like,
zero money.
you literally came back with less money.
Yeah.
Like, what is?
Did you pay somebody else?
Yeah.
I don't even know how you could do that.
Protect and serve.
Yo, I'd say I thought of mine. I would abolish fundraising for politicians.
Hell yeah.
Across the board.
Politicians should not.
I would even be in favor of them having a government stipend. Like, here's a government stipend for whatever you guys need or whatever.
Why do they
do?
But it's all the
so
same.
rich?
Yeah.
But it's all the same across the board. It cannot go over that.
Right.
And I'd even say you have to spend it all. Like, you have to spend it all.
Yeah, or you don't get it back next quarter.
But I'm talking like bullshit money. Like, you know, like just not even millions. You know,
I would say, like, from my understanding is that most politicians would actually even agree with you.
I think so too.
They would love to not do that.
Well, because
they
the
fucking
richest
hate that part of the
person,
job.
yeah, I mean, if you're not the richest person, you don't have a good chance of winning.
Right.
That's just the facts.
You
Yeah. So I think if we got rid of that, it would probably get rid of lobbyists for the most part. They'd find another way to lobby, I'm sure, but they'd take a major hit because if like creative lobbying started happening, like they found new ways of lobbying, then you could do that too.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you or Rosh could go there and go like, I have this issue,
right,
and I have the same tools as everybody else to take my issue to your table.
Well, let me tell you something. Protests are basically a form of lobbying.
Yeah.
They're a very sloppy, unorganized form of lobbying.
Yeah.
But what they are is like we can't. We don't
get your
have,
voice on the floor.
Right. We don't have like the financial ability to go fly our congressman to a resort and like buy him dinner and hang out with him so he votes our way. So we can just go out and hang out in the street for a while and make things a little annoying for him.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really what it comes down to.
But what I'm hearing is it's better to make phone calls. And imagine imagine protesting on somebody's line. They have to be there for 8 hours, and their phone's just ding, ding, ding. We don't like this shit. Change it, bitch. Do your job. Like, fuck, ding, 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 for 8 hours, dude. Like,
no. A lot of organized protesters. Because, by the way, let's be real here. Most protests are organized by professional organizers.
Yeah.
This is something a lot of people don't realize.
It's a business.
They don't just randomly pop up in the street. There's somebody putting that shit together. But no, those people, they tend to hit it from all angles, and they're like, "Hey, like this is going on in the street. We're blowing up your phones. We're sending you letters. You hit it from every angle.
Yeah.
That's how you get your politician's attention for sure.
Well, man, I definitely hope the best for everybody that's out on the streets. I've said this many times. I would fight for your right to be out there, just like I would fight for your right to not be out there.
Yeah.
So I think it's really dope. 18Sense, Ric Scales. I know you already love the project because we've been playing it through this. By the way, they gave us exclusives. Nobody has this shit. Literally, nobody has this shit.
Are we going to be playing some of their music?
We've been playing it, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
So, guys, make sure you support everything they do. Please, is it coming out this year? Are you going to give them at least that?
Huh?
Will it drop by the end of the year or early next year?
Yo, I'm gonna put that pressure on. And it's gonna drop by the end of the year.
Ooh.
You know, we're gonna do it. We're gonna drop a album by the end of the year.
Whoa.
You heard it here. What you have is not the album.
Right.
You know, it's just some joints.
It's just a collection of dopeness.
Yeah.
But
we're getting together very, very soon. And
so you're telling us 18Sense.
Yeah, no.
You're telling the Crappy Awesome listeners right now.
Yeah.
They don't have to wait much longer for this shit.
No. What day is it?
It's this will be Thursday. If you're listening to it on the day it came out. I looked at you for
the 17th, and just so you guys know,
for what date it is,
tonight I guess
15th.
On the 17th, me and 18 are gonna be rocking with Joe Haas, Lame Ones.
If you're in the San Diego area,
if you're in at the Carlsbad at the Boys Crossing, it's gonna be cracking.
Yeah,
like super cracking tonight. which is actually not tonight.
Yeah.
It's a couple days.
You're in the
from
future.
now.
Yeah.
The future.
That's
We
how
got a
dope
song
this
about
show
that.
is. I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I think we'll go out with that.
You know what?
Let's go out with that, dude. Everything at Ric Scales, or They Call Me
Ric
Scales.
Scales, or They Call Me Scales.
Go to ricscales.com or they call me
They Call Me
scales.com.
Scales.com, but yeah.
And 18, where can they reach out to you at?
Instagram, SoundCloud, Bandcamp, my email. If you have my phone number.
What is it, 18Sense?
Oh yeah, 18Sense. 1 and an 8 and then SENSE. I got a Twitter too. I deleted the app from my phone because I felt it was unnecessary for me to use my time on that, but I have it for business
He just went
purposes.
full Mitch Hedberg on us right now.
But it's all 18Sense?
All 18Sense, yes.
Nice. Proud of you.
Yo,
man.
and if you want to be super
Consistency.
rare, you can follow Space Bentley, but that's if you can find it.
Space Bentley.
Yeah, there's only 2.
Oh.
There's no post yet.
You don't even know what's going to be there.
No, that
when you
attracts
get
me.
when you get
The
there.
character.
I like the idea of a Space Bentley.
Me too.
I like
I
the
feel
idea
like a
of
Space
flying.
Bentley should exist.
Yeah, I feel like the wheels like do they do this and turn into a hover mechanism.
Yeah, and it's a Space Bentley.
And it's kind of like the Fantastic Car. You like fly into space.
Yeah.
I don't want to live in a world where there's no Space Bentley.
I agree.
Well,
Now that I know about it,
it's going down.
There it is.
Have
going down.
faith.
He just saved my life. We'll see you guys next time.
Last night,
Guys,
DJ
thank you for supporting the show, and the numbers keep growing because of you guys. I always say that because I mean that. You guys are really dope for always supporting the show. And check out everything from Ric Scales and 18Sense. And you heard it here. Projects here before the end of the year. That's some shit to look forward to.
absolutely.
The future.
While you're hiding under your bed from Trump,
Take that.
play this record. We're going to the future.
It's going to make you feel good.
Yeah. You may now flush the toilet.
18Sense fucked it up. He stopped the recording all early and shit. Looking at this Doom poster, I feel like I gotta be epic right now. Yeah. I said, who got the props like buckshot? Rappers they front like it ain't me, but why in the fuck not? Her brother got presence and my cadence is wild. I hit the stage lately, smiling the way that I'm styling, be impressive. Finesse it with aggression. Test and watch how rappers learn a lesson in the session. Catch a wreck like somebody threw it to the end zone. Doing my thing while you stranded in the friend zone. Rappers these days sound like they got Down syndrome. Doctor, I'm sick. Could you check me for the symptoms? He said I got a fever. Flavor, rude boy behavior, try prescribing me some medicine. I told him, see you later, I'm out this bitch. Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta roll with the sickness. You know what I mean? I gotta live with it, man. It's not going away anytime soon. Get your mittens and a cup of Joe, cause the flow's cold as an ice cube. I push rhymes lightweight, do it hand to hand and from state to state. Alienate the fakes, make them vacate the place. First place raps last in the paper chase. While you spend your whole stash trying to bathe with apes, we make our own gear. The ladies say I look great. Be cautious of the Porsches when you make your play. Take too big of a bite, it might seal your fate. Now me, I'm past greed, only get what I need. A couple of beats, a mic, little liquor, some trees. I'm outside of the box, bruh, stick to my steez. Lame rappers hang around me trying to get my disease. I'm like, please. You motherfuckers don't got the right type of chromosomes for this type of ill, dog. It should've put you on your deathbed, you know what I'm saying? You can never be. Pimpin' since been pimpin'. In the words of my man Johnny. Hey, like this. Yeah. I'm hot-headed, Mike said it, rappers gon' get it. Ain't nobody out here really fucking with Cedric. These rappers hypochondriacs with the raps they be saying. Hitting them and laying them down, no playing, I'm slaying them all. Hands on my balls raw, motherfuckers is mad, leave people in awe. Whenever I, yes y'all, and never ever fall. But in case I do, would rather keep a doctor on call, I'm sick. Yeah, I need nurse. Cause you just take a nigga temperature and shit. I'm kinda not feeling so well. I mean, yo, Dr. 18 comes through with the motherfucking medicine. And then I just talk awkwardly into
Brought
the
to you
beat.
by PlatformCollection.com.